Power 106.7. Live and direct. Let's go.
Yo, what up? This is Nick Cannon. Double J, I love your face.
What's up, man? How are you? Nick Cannon, ladies and gentlemen.
I have to start this out by asking you, who is your stylist on America's Got Talent?
Oh, man, come on. Now, you know, that's me pulling out the closet.
Does your wife, Mariah, does she tell you what to wear, or do you have to keep your pimp hand strong, so to speak, when it comes to choosing the outfits?
Nah, that's all me right there. I mean, I don't know too many men who have their wife pick their clothes out for them.
Hi, Nick Cannon, Double J. Nice to meet you.
I was watching America's Got Talent. Do you ever get upset that some of these acts get voted off?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, last night I was definitely pulling for the young girl, Anna Christine, and, you know, when you see some, especially the young acts, when, you know, they kind of like devastated afterwards, you know, you kind of have to step aside and let them know that this is more than just, you know, this isn't the end of the world. It's only a television show, and kind of motivate them and let them know that they got to keep going. This is only going to make them stronger.
Anna Christine, she's the 11-year-old. Her voice is just phenomenal. Do you go home and sit down with your wife and say, listen, Mariah, there's this 11-year-old girl. She just got voted off. We should sign her because she's the next Adele.
No, we never had that conversation. I mean, I have my own record label, and then obviously, you know, my wife has her own phenomenal career too. So you never know. We might even be in a bidding war for against each other.
Who would win that argument? Would you let your wife have her, or would you say, I want this girl on my label?
Nah. You gotta, you know, happy wife, happy life. At the end of the day, it's all about what the wife wants.
I have to admit, when I found out that you had married Mariah Carey, I was like, and I hope you don't say, Double J, I hate you for this, but I honestly thought, they're not going to make it. And now here it is, 5 years later, you guys just renewed your vows over at Disneyland. What is a day in your shoes like? Is it all like a nonstop whirlwind because you're married to Mariah Carey, or is Mariah Carey's life a nonstop whirlwind because she's married to Nick Cannon?
I mean, it's everyday life for us. We don't even look at it like that. I mean, obviously there's always something going on, and we're two extremely busy people, but we kind of keep family first. And, you know, you wake up, feed the kids, and it's just like anybody else's life, and then you go to work, do what you got to do, and then come home and put them to bed at the end of the day.
How did you get Mariah Carey to fall in love with you? Was it the slick talking? Was it the slick moves? Was it the outfits?
I'm me, man. Come on. Nah, you know, honestly, it was one of those things where I feel like we really clicked. And when you can have two people who are kind of on the same wavelength and kind of understand each other, and ultimately don't take each other or take one another so seriously. I mean, especially in this industry, you find so many people who take themselves so seriously. We just enjoy one another, and, you know, we both got, you know, crazy sense of humor, and kind of goes from there.
Does it bother you when people call you Mr. Carey?
Nah, they could call me a lot worse stuff.
You know what you say, Nick? My wife has $500 million. Call me whatever you want.
Exactly. So that stuff doesn't bother me at all. But you got to be a secure individual when just even stepping out there in the industry. So you know the hate is gonna come, and people gonna call you whatever they want to call you. It's like, hey, just don't get my name wrong.
If you just tuned into the program, it is Double J in the morning. We're talking with Mariah Carey's husband and host of America's Got Talent, Nick Cannon. I'm going to throw a rap group name out, and I want your honest reaction. The G4 Dope Boy Squad.
Try to think, why do I know that name? I don't even know where that all started. Like, that is funny. Like, I was in a rap group when I was in high school, but it definitely wasn't with T.I. I don't know how that got confused on a Wikipedia page.
So you were never in the rap group with Chingy and T.I. and you?
Nah, I don't know where that came from. People ask me that all the time.
What I had heard was that you were dating Tiny, which is T.I.'s wife, back in the day, and that Tiny used to sing to you, and T.I. got mad, and you guys got in this big old feud, and I just completely...
End of the group.
That's what broke you guys up. It was...
Yo, that's an amazing story, but it's all fiction.
Damn it, I just made it up. I was hoping to get him to go. I was hoping to get Nick Cannon to go, yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Hey, speaking of girls you've dated, Christina Milian, the rumor is that you were overseas or something, you were working on a project, she broke into your voicemail and heard on the voicemail some other chicks, and that's the real reason y'all broke up. Is that true?
That's a pretty accurate, kind of. I mean, obviously, it was more emails, and it was more like, our situation was always a little weird anyway, because, you know, I was trying to be a gigolo back then, so it was, I was never, I never had both feet planted on the ground, let's say that. And then, but I mean, she's a great girl though. So
she's nuts though, isn't she? Christina Milian's a kook, isn't she? She is crazy. She's dingbat. She's like Lauryn Hill from the Fugees crazy.
Oh, don't give her that.
Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice at all.
Does your wife, Mariah Carey, does your wife ever get jealous of some of the women you've dated or some of the groupies that want to come around you?
Nah, she's Mariah Carey. She's flying on a different plane. Like, she ain't even worried about all of that type of stuff. That stuff doesn't even hit her radar.
I did like when she showed up on Wild and Out.
Oh, man.
She's like, I will shut this down.
Now, was that staged or was that a legit? She just seen you about to do your little bit and came out and shut it down?
We had fun with it. I wanted her to be on the show, so we had to figure out the perfect moment. I mean, obviously, she wasn't going to come through and be freestyling and be a team captain, so I was like, yo, let's just make it feel like, you know, it's the biggest moment we could possibly make it.
How bad do you want to whoop Nicki Minaj's ass?
That's a woman. I don't want to whoop any woman's ass.
Okay, let's not talk physically, but how bad do you wish that her career would just tank?
I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. I'm not, I mean, when, you know...
But she gave your wife a hard time.
My wife handled her situation like a true G, so I'm not really, like, she held her own, and when two artists or two, you know, people kind of have a disagreement, they get past it, and, you know, I can't be worried about every female that's insecure because of who my wife is.
I heard a rumor that before you and Mariah got married, you guys did not consummate your relationship. You waited until you got married. Is that accurate?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Did she really not care who you were sleeping with while you guys were dating?
I mean, it wasn't that long. That was the thing. You know, we got married fairly quickly, so it was, you know, I didn't even have time to explain all of that.
You're like, I didn't wait that long, man.
That's the reason why I didn't have to wait so long. I was like, we got to hurry this up.
So she was okay, though, with you dating other people?
I mean, we're just honest. You know what I mean? Like, that was the thing. I feel like as long as you're honest with one another and secure in one another, all of this, whatever, the past is the past, you know, so definitely, as long as you can be upfront and kind of say, this is who I was and this is who I want to be, can't really hate on somebody for that.
Let's talk about the Warner Bros. They're coming out to Albuquerque, I believe, on the 14th.
Those kids are amazing. They're actually real brothers, and they're from Long Beach, and they got their city on lock. And, you know, just to see some young kids who are extremely talented. I mean, obviously, I see young people all the time performing and, you know, trying to get record deals, and they just stood out to me because they were authentic to, you know, what their music speaks of. And, you know, to see two young brothers kind of have that bond, and then, you know, the young girls go crazy for them. So, it's, you know, the Wonder Bros movement is real. I just jumped in and signed them up. So, you know, they've been all over the place.
Do you go out on tour with these cats, or do you just say, hey, send me my royalty check?
Oh, nah. You know, I'm in the studio with them. I'm, you know, shooting the videos. I'm doing all that stuff. I don't get to go out on the road with them as much. I mean, I've definitely been to a couple of their shows, and they've, you know, opened up for me and stuff like that. But based off of my schedule, I try to get to every show that I could possibly get to.
What does Nick Cannon get from his wife, Mariah Carey, for his birthday?
A good home-cooked meal. That's usually what I ask for. I mean, it's always something sentimental. It's I'm not a big birthday dude in the first place. So, you know, anything that kind of is my wife is an amazing cook, so whenever she can get in the kitchen and do her thing, like it's a good birthday.
Is there any truth to the rumor that there's a Mariah Carey Nick Cannon sex tape out there? No.
Not that I know of.
I heard Christina Milian hacked into your security camera.
She got footage.
Got the footage of your security camera. Nick, we appreciate you hanging out with us, brother, man. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. Y'all take care.
And that's how it's done.
Wake up, wake up. Wake up with Double J in the morning. Weekdays 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Power 106.7.